My story. Who am I? A wife, a mother, a daughter, sister, coworker, and friend. Where do I start? Growing up, I was taught that going to church every Sunday is what you were supposed to do. I was taught to memorize the Lord's Prayer, the Apostles' Creed, use the Rosary and Hail Marys at funerals. But other than that, I don't think I've ever opened a Bible. It just wasn't a normal practice when I was growing up. So when Jen and I married, we took our 4 children to church every Sunday, had them baptized, and attended Sunday school. This became our every week ritual. My career was in full gear. I was managing the highest volume store in the district. I had 2 of my daughters off at college, leaving 1 daughter at home and our son at home. And that's when my whole world, as I knew it, started to slip away. Only I didn't know what was happening. You can call it denial. I was focused more on my career than my family, and my 16-year-old daughter started to skip school, gain boys' attentions in the wrong ways, experiment with smoking, drugs, and alcohol. When we attended church, which was becoming less and less, I found myself uncontrollably crying to certain songs and messages. Something was really pulling at my heartstrings. I just didn't know what it was. As time went by, and many times leaving church crying, we seldom attended. Other than my commitment to work, I started falling into a black hole. Days that I didn't work, I found myself unable to get out of bed or off the couch. I couldn't even parent. What was happening to me? I was basically existing without energy, thought, life, or motivation, just existing. This black hole that I had fallen into was met by a fury of storms, tornadoes, spinning my life totally upside down and out of control. It was the summer of 2007. I was sitting in a doctor's office as a whole team of doctors explained that I had an aggressive stage 3 breast cancer and needed to start chemotherapy immediately, followed by surgery. All I could think of was, why, God? Why are you doing this to me? My perfect life that I thought I had is gone. I went back to church looking for answers, and there I could find none. A lot of tears, but no comfort. Often people would say to me, just believe. Just believe? What does that even mean? I continued to fall into this never-ending darkness, numb to everything around me. After I finished my treatments, I lost my job. The tornado continues. My daughter had a baby that she could not take care of, and she ended up leaving her with my husband and me. We struggled with one income, and eventually we lost our dream home to foreclosure. I was drained, merely existing, walking in this black hole, functioning only to do the bare minimum every day. Yet people would say to me, just believe. This statement started to anger me. How was I to believe in anything when my whole world was in such torment? I'm trying to draw my daughter back on the right track, dealing with her having yet another baby, then Child Protective Services getting involved because my grandson was abused by her boyfriend. Eventually, her parental rights were removed, and we started an adoption process. I felt like everything that I did or said was wrong, way wrong. Then this happened. It was as if I was sent a sign from above. There was even a tug to my heart. I received an invitation to Genesis from my brother Mike. I believe the wording was experience hope, healing, and growth in a walk with Jesus. I didn't know what this meant, but my heart was so broken. Even though this was a difficult thing, I felt a strong tug to find out more. I think that it took the first year for me to find the hope in Jesus. And through this first year, I think that I cried every Sunday because I was so lost and alone. But with this new hope, I began to find some strength. I had my brother on one side of me and Jesus on the other. I began to hear the messages and understand that I was finding comfort in his word. Also, I was finding comfort in the serenity prayer. And I found myself repeating this quite often. Learning to accept the things that I can't change, all the turmoil that I can't change, like the cancer or losing our house. The courage to change the things I can, like improving my relationship with my estranged daughter. But more importantly, building a relationship with God. Yes, I was going to take this one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time. I know that the struggles are not behind me, but with time and prayer, this is the pathway to peace. And I began to heal. Genesis was starting to feel like family. Each week, I started to look forward to all the caring and love that I received from my new friends. The encouragement and hugs, yes, lots of hugs, was adding color to my blackened heart. One day at a time, I started enjoying the moments that I was given through Genesis. I started to accept the hardships as what they truly were, instead of constantly beating myself up over my past losses. I started looking forward, my own pathway to peace. I was truly getting to know God and feeling a healing hand on my heart. Each week, I was dedicated to learn more of my God, who was showing me some light despite all the anger that I had for him. This most certainly didn't happen overnight, but with time. I'm so grateful to my brother for spending every Sunday night with me for the first year. He was walking with me, learning with me, and yeah, here it is, believing in me. In the gospel, according to Mark 9:23, he says, all things are possible for one who believes. Now I know what that meant. Just by my brother's support, I began to realize that this is where I needed to be. My heart was warming and healing, and my focus turned to learning more, and I craved it. Bible study became a must each week. We started reading the gospel according to Luke. And once we started getting into it, I started to have a thirst for this knowledge, and it consumed me and putting me at peace. I am devoted not only to learning more, but growing closer to the Lord. Pastor Ben has descriptively taught me how to lay my burdens and sins at the foot of the cross, that Jesus died for me on that cross so that my sins are forgiven. He truly forgives me. I started to find fulfillment by volunteering, participating in Connect Outreach, and looking to help others. If one of my many circumstances can help someone else, that is what would make that would be all I could hope for. This is my story. It is unique to only me. I am not free from all the guilt, shame, and loneliness, nor is my life free from struggle or sin. But what I can tell you is if you trust in the Lord, He will make all things right when you surrender to His will. Thank you.